So, fellow ladies, this International Women's Day, remember, it's good to be comfortable talking about yourself. A little grandstanding is good for your career. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. So, in honor of the International Women's Day, today I wanted to do something special for the ladies. So, I'm going to be talking today about the working woman's guide to beneficial bragging. How does that sound? Those of you that know my story, you know I've been in the professional field, I've been in boardrooms, I've run startups, I've done family business, I've kind of been around the corner. I've been around the block, and I have lived life as a woman doing business in this world where usually men have either been known to be in charge or are expected to be the one doing stuff. And I'm not saying that we've not made a lot of progress. Oh my God, we've come a long way. I know my mother's experiences are not my experiences. So I know we've come a long way. And today I want to celebrate all the women who went before us, showing us the way, daring to be different, daring to step out there, daring to do things that was normally put set aside for only men. Thank you. You laid a good groundwork, and we hope we can take it to the next level for the next generation. So guys, today, like I said, I'm talking about working woman's guide to beneficial bragging. You see, many women have a hard time getting ahead in the workplace. Sometimes it's because they are reluctant to brag. You know how you feel conflicted when you like to celebrate your victories, but you also want to avoid coming across as arrogant, especially as a woman who society has set so many parameters, expectations, and most of those expectations are actually limitations. A Brigham Young University study confirmed that social norms about modesty tend to hold women back. I want to say today that I can confirm it does hold women back. 100%. I'm sure that will be experienced too. In another study, female students wrote an application for a merit scholarship after being told there was a box in the room emitting waves that caused discomfort. The box was imaginary, but guess what? The results were real. When they had something to blame for their anxiety, the women wrote essays that earned them more money. So you can get the same results by following these tips. Now, these tips are helping you prepare to brag. Are you ready? First, seek motivation. You need to realize the value in self-promotion. Because by some estimates, the average woman still earns about $1 million less than the average man over the course of her lifetime. It's self-promotion that can help you narrow that gap. Of course, there are legislations, there are other things that can help, education, that will help narrow the gap. But self-promotion is at the forefront because it is in your power. So why don't you take control, take the driver's seat? Okay? This happens in Hollywood, in America, in Nigeria, in Nollywood, everywhere. Now, secondly, what's the second tip to follow? Observe your male colleagues. We need to be ready to learn from the men who we work with. We need to begin to adapt their bragging style to our own personality. I'm not saying become like them, but you can learn from it, take it, and adapt it to suit what you want. Because if you're looking to get somewhere, who better to imitate, to learn from than the person who is already there? And you know that, I don't want to get into it, but a lot of these things are innate. the way we are raised as children, the family level, so many things. So many of these things have been put into the men. Oh, you have to be the breadwinner, you have to be forward. And then the women, oh, you're laid back, you're good, you're just going to have children, you're only going to work for a few. So all of those things are mounting up. So we need to begin to learn from those who are where we want to go. Third, build your confidence. It's time to begin to take on new challenges. Begin to learn that you deserve every new opportunity coming up. Don't be the one to talk yourself down. The world is doing enough of that. Your environment is doing enough of that. And many times people don't do it because they hate you. That is what they believe. That's what they know. They can't act or say more than they know. So, I'm telling you, it is solely your responsibility to build your own confidence. Know you deserve it. There are tons of times I've applied for things I do not qualify for. And I got it just because sometimes I got it, sometimes I did not. But I didn't have to apply. So you need to build your confidence. You can do that sometimes by just learning a new skill. Learn a foreign language. Learn a new dance. Sign up for accounting or computer courses online at your local community college. There are so many activities that will make you more confident and encourage you to boast. But first of all, begin boasting what you already have. What can you do? Begin talking about it. Number 4, evaluate your strength. It is now that you're beginning to put together your bragging rights, your intention to put yourself out there, now is the time to perform an inventory of your skills and accomplishments. So don't wait till you learn a new skill to begin bragging. Look back. What do people say you are good at? What are people saying that they like about you? What have you done that has been good for people, that people admire? Whether it's a home skill with your children, it doesn't matter where the testimonials are coming from. You need to evaluate them, put them together. There is a course I teach. I'm going to start teaching. I'm working on it. About your bragging portfolio. How to put people call it press kits, but I don't think it's necessarily for press. What I'm talking on is just put your bragging portfolio together. Maybe you're a whiz with numbers, or you excel at writing, or you're just good at negotiating with your children, with your husband, whatever. Put them together and enhance those skills. The 5th thing to do, ask for feedback. Find out how your friends and colleagues feel about your qualifications. And from people you trust, okay? Think about what you get praise for the most. What do people rave about most about you? What confidence do you receive the most? You may discover that you are good at managing conference logistics or negotiating contracts with vendors. You discover things, but feedback will help you make those discoveries. So listen to people you trust. Number 6, document your achievements. Like I said earlier, start a brag book, start a brag folder. Mark down when you save your company money, or create an outstanding customer service, or you get into a difficult situation with your teenager and you come out, everybody is happy. Those are skills. Now, begin to limit self-depreciation. Watch what you say about yourself. Be very careful, conscious, become more conscientious about it. And very importantly, accept compliments graciously. Don't wave it away. Don't just, it's just publicity. Oh, it comes now. Oh, it's nothing. It's something. Celebrate it. 8th and final tip, manage stress. You may feel awkward about yourself, but it's time to begin to visualize a calming image. Many times, because women are left to struggle with maybe home, children, so many things, it's easy to look like a scatterbrain. But you need to begin to use things like meditation, visualization, whatever it is that calms you. You need to see yourself like the ocean waves, or sleeping or grazing in the... let me tell you, one of my greatest accomplishments in life has been coming to terms with myself and accepting myself as I am. I know it may look like this, but I'm perfect. I'm fine. And when I came to that place of peace, moving forward became easier for me. So find ways to relax through meditation or even physical exercise. Now, can I give you a few strategies for bragging? Strategy number 1, start small. You see, your grandparents will probably be enthusiastic about anything you have to say. So, rehearse a story with them before you try it on your boss. Your grandparents, if you have a supportive spouse or friend, or your children. So start in your comfort zone, okay? Do the rehearsal. Start with your mirror. Second strategy for bragging, network effectively. It's time you started forming alliances where you can say flattering things about each other to those in power. Women, guys, are often better at promoting their friends rather than themselves. That's a good trait, but it's time to begin to do it for yourself. But when you're networking, when you're in a group of women, supportive women, you see that they're able to find those things and amplify those things that are bragging rights for you. Third bragging strategy, focus on outcomes. It's time to make specific and quantifiable statements. You see, stating that you won 2 prestigious awards for your marketing campaign sounds more convincing than just saying you were creative. And you do get to a point in your career where stating your duties on LinkedIn or on your resume doesn't work anymore. You need to get to a point where you can state things you've accomplished, results you've gotten. So it is time to focus on outcome. Bring out your resume, dust it, edit it, your LinkedIn profile. Let us see what you have accomplished, how you take it from point A to point B. Fourth strategy for bragging, serve others. People, guys, are more likely to welcome your remarks if they are helpful. So update your boss on how you complete a project ahead of schedule. You demonstrate when you do that you are competent and efficient without having to say so directly. Become known for sharing your ideas as well as your accomplishments. So don't just do it and say, well, he'll see it. Give him an update. Oh, I just want to bring you up to date. This is done. Okay? And it is in service when you are working. If you don't volunteer to take on responsibilities, how do you get a right to brag? Be ready for service. Be ready to do the work. Fifth strategy for bragging, choose your setting. You see, there's a big difference between showcasing your skills at a job interview or performance evaluation and doing so at someone else's talent party. So you have to ensure you have a receptive audience. Ensure you are doing it at the right place, and you will be the person to determine that, especially if you're starting. Now, number 6. Sixth strategy for bragging. Hold yourself accountable. If you're going to do this thing, you are ready to accept responsibility for both your wins and your losses. You know why? Because everything you say will be more credible, will have more credibility when your actions speak louder than your words. So be ready to do the bare bone work of it. Okay? Was that the 6th? Yeah, 6. Now 7. Support others. Give others, other women, other people, the opportunity to show off themselves and be their support, be their cheerleader. Everyone likes to bask in praises sometimes, right? And when you do this, you know how the universe works. It eventually helps them return the favor. And when they return the favor, what happens? They put you in the spotlight next. So don't do it with the idea of, oh, let me get them to do for me. But this is a law of nature. Support others, and it's very likely you get the same support. And number 8, very importantly, pace yourself. It's good to be comfortable talking about yourself. Just save it for appropriate times and places. So ensure you cultivate plenty of other topics of conversation. Because you want to avoid seeming self-centered, right? Nobody wants to hang around a braggadocious person who only talks about herself. Who would make sure they're redirecting every conversation to be about them. Okay? So pace yourself. Pick the right opportunities and slam it and do it real well. Now, a little grandstanding is good for your career, guys. Tooting your own horn does pay off, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. I promise you'll get better at it. Alrighty, so yeah, that was my 2 cents for the ladies. Time for us to begin to show ourselves off and let the world know we deserve what we have and more. Alright guys, thank you for listening. For the ladies, happy Women's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy Girls' Day. I celebrate you, and I want you to know that women, you are a gift to the world. Realize that and hold your head up high. Thank you for listening, guys. Remember to subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcast, whether it's Teacher, Google Podcast, Amazon, especially Amazon Podcast. Go there, drop a review, and tell a friend. Alrighty. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.